All right. Welcome back. This is our Spotlight interview series, and I'm so excited to have Gina with us today. So, thank you for being willing to share your experience. I would love if you could share with everyone today, kind of go back to where you were before you joined Reinvention. So, I know you were inside Limitless, but tell me kind of what was going on for you and what had you want to be a part of Reinvention and be a yes to that experience. What was going on for you in your life at that time and what was calling you?
Oh, I guess a few things. One, I was ready to make a change in my career, thinking about retiring from corporate America and starting my own business. So that was one thing that was on my mind. And also just, I had some maybe body issues I was working through, some weight issues that was also brought me to reinvention and limitless.
Yeah, because so when you started, and I know you were wanting to start a business, did you have a clear vision on exactly what you wanted to do?
Not, I knew the subject of the business. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to have like a wellness and education kind of business, but yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure on how to start. I didn't have any like formal business training. I worked in corporate America, so I learned things just by being there. But as far as starting a business, that was all new to me.
So I will tell you all what she's doing, which is so awesome. And it's so polar opposite of corporate America. And so, Gina, what made you say yes to reinvention of all the programs and all the different things that you could do? What was it about reinvention?
Well, I had been working with you and I really enjoyed that. Just all the advice and the guidance that you gave in Limitless and, just not really knowing where to start. So I was kind of at a place where just didn't know what to do next. So I had ideas, but wasn't sure which direction to go. So that's what I was looking for guidance and just ideas.
Yeah. I think it's really hard when we know we want something, but we don't know.
Yes.
We don't have the full picture. We just know something needs to change, but we don't actually know how to
Yes.
get there.
Yeah.
Did you find that reinvention gave you like the support, like the structure? What was your experience like inside the program?
I think, yeah, from day one, there was a lot of structure there. So it starts out going through your identity, reinventing your identity before you get to the business part, which is what the business part is one of the reasons I wanted to join. And I
Yeah.
didn't even realize all the identity shifting that would be going on, but that's where you started, which was great. So I think just right from the start, it really just was eye opening.
I mean, I always say we don't need another strategy. As somebody that's been in the coaching industry for 22 years, I'm like, you don't need another strategy. Trust me, I've done the strategy first. You're nothing without identity because the actual identity informs more of the vision and gives you the confidence and that clarity.
Hmm.
Since identity, it's fascinating, right? Because there's some women that came to the program simply for the identity and had no, like, didn't really care about the purpose. And then they ended up birthing a business. And, they were like, I wasn't even going to do the purpose modules. And you're like the opposite, right? What did you find that surprised you most about the identity portion?
I mean, how quickly you could shift your thinking and your identity once you're aware of what you've been doing. So I think sometimes you're not aware of
Yeah.
where you are, but as soon as the light bulb goes off and you're like, oh, that's what is happening here. Now I can work with that and I can move forward and I can shift an identity. I can just get rid of that old identity and do what I want to do.
Because things started changing for you literally after our first session. I mean,
Yes.
rapidly. Like
Yes.
it was like the awareness came in. I mean, it was, and I don't want to, but you had mentioned things with your body. It's like after our first session, we like unearthed what was underneath years of
Yes.
wobbling on the scale and back and forth and up and down. And like we unearthed things, just in terms of relationships in your life. So
Hmm.
when it comes to identity and you looking at yourself, were there specific moments or modules or breakthroughs that really stand out to you?
Well, really the first call that we had where, I was telling you about weight issues and maybe a number on the scale and being stuck there and losing weight and going back to that same number. And you really took me through, I don't know what you call it, but I kind of sat and thought about, what was going on. And
Yeah.
we really got to what that number on the scale meant, why I kept going back there and sabotaging. And then after we had that discussion, it seems like that, now
That
once I knew
unraveled.
about it, it stopped. So it's
Yeah.
still, even to this day, I'm not obsessed with the number. And yeah, it's just like food is just something I have, something I need, but it's not something that is going to be, around. And
So Gina's referencing the way that I work is I infuse energetic. So everything that I do is an energetic transmission. And
Mhm.
I also I'm an intuitive and then I do energy work. So while in session, as they're cleansing and clearing, I'm actually cleansing and clearing for them energetically and helping to bring them back. It's almost like doing hypnosis without being hypnotized to
Yeah.
access the subconscious and to
Mhm.
understand. So Gina was like fully aware, but at the same time, we were able, your conscious mind will generally block you from
Mhm.
unearthing what's underneath. And so, in the way that I coach and inside my programs, I take you through, and that's why our sessions were so powerful, is that it's actually, we penetrate the subconscious
Yeah.
and get to the root and then actually cleanse and clear it at the same time so that it doesn't continue to show up. And that's how we were able to do that around love and relationships as well. Because you'll find a lot of things with body, money, love, it's all actually the same. So it's really powerful. I mean, you moved fast, like
Mhm.
in terms of you deciding, taking action, moving through, a lot of things changed in your life with
Mhm.
dynamics, with like family relationships, boundaries. What was like, how are you different now in how you think and feel and show up versus before you started?
Well, just trusting myself that, I'm just going to move forward. I know what I want to do and I'm just going to do it. If I'm not thinking about it all the time, questioning it or asking other people, just, making my decision and just doing it. So that's one thing that is
That's
very
huge.
different. Yeah. So, I had been questioning, retiring for a long time. And then finally just, no, we're just going to do it. There's no more
Yeah.
question.
Well, and the best part was before you retired, we also asked for a raise.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, we're talking in 4 months. It was like healing body stuff, love stuff, family, like, and then it was like, we're going to ask for a raise and we're going to retire. It
Yeah, all of it.
was epic.
And also, the business modules that you had were also really helpful because that was one place I was really starting from scratch and just using all of those modules as a guide on how to get going. So that I think, and you were always there for advice and asking the right questions and giving tips. So that was really helpful too. So I'm on my way to starting a business. And that's really thanks to the program and thanks to you. So.
And by on her way, she is. Wait, so what are you experiencing in your life today that you weren't
No,
before?
I told Melissa I went to the museum today. I just felt like going to the museum, so I spent the day there, and then I took myself to lunch.
Right. And so what else are you experiencing that's different in who you be and relationships and everything?
I guess another big one is no more people pleasing. That was another thing that we unearthed in the program, that people pleasing was a strong thing for me in the past. And just again, being aware of it and seeing it and then catching myself doing it has been really helpful in, stopping it. So I'm not people pleasing anymore.
And wait, and what about the Gucci exercise?
Oh, yeah. That was fun. So that was an exercise around money and just walking into the Gucci store and trying things on and trying sunglasses on and having the clerk take my picture.
We had a little challenge, but it was more so about like the deservability of like opening
Yeah.
yourself to be a match for that frequency of just ease and money and flow.
Mhm.
And that was so fun to witness with
It
you guys.
was. I typically always walked past the Gucci store and, I went right in and had fun. So it was a good experience.
So if you were going to describe Gina today versus Gina 4 months, right, before the program, who have you become through this process?
No more people pleasing. So
Yeah.
I'm doing things for myself, not for other people. That's number one. Trusting myself and, making the decisions and just going for things and not second guessing, not asking for opinions, just doing it. I'm much more comfortable in my body now.
Yeah.
And I'm just have a nice stable weight and it's great. So it's like a stress I used to have that's no more, it's not with me anymore. So it's not always in the back of
That's
my
so
mind.
powerful.
It's very powerful. And that's great. Each one of those by themselves, I think is great. So, but
Yes.
with all of them together, it's just it was an awesome experience.
The people pleasing, I think, is like so you when a woman really shifts her identity and comes into her power, like who she's meant to be, which is
Mhm.
always who you always were. Removing the people pleaser, I find to be like one of the biggest masks that blocks a woman from her true just ease. Just like it's from like what you said, like I don't even think about it with the weight, like just having life,
Yeah.
just getting what you want, believing you're deserving of it, saying what you want, not apologizing for it. It is profound. And I'm so happy to hear, I'm so happy to just hear you say that. So, what would you say? I would really love to know, would you recommend reinvention and why?
Yeah, I definitely would recommend it for all the everything we were just talking about. So if anybody is, on the fence or about making a change in their life or just hesitant and always questioning themselves or stressed out or second guessing, it's a great program to move yourself right past that and just trust yourself and make decisions based on what you want to do.
And when you said yes, were you nervous? Were you questioning? Like, what would you say to the woman that's like, I want to, but I just haven't said yes yet. Like I'm afraid I won't follow through. I'm afraid just that kind of voice where you're afraid, but you don't really know why, but it's just that voice of resistance.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, just because it's unknown. You don't
Yeah.
know what you're starting, but I would say, it's a great program. So if that's what's holding you back, then yeah, just go ahead and start.
Did you feel, yeah. What were you going to say?
I'm glad that I was a part of Reinvention. It's a great experience.
Well, first off, I'm so glad. I mean, I just adore you. And guys, I have to tell you, ladies, Gina is, can I tell them what you're doing? Or you tell them what you're starting?
A wine and yoga business. So it's a wellness and education, but focusing on wine and yoga.
And what is the name?
Well,
Or did
the
you change it?
name of the business
Yeah.
is Gina Marie Wellness and Education
Love
LLC.
it. I love it.
So I use
And
my
what,
first middle name.
so good.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you when it came to the purpose piece, because I think for those that like don't have the clarity, did you find that the modules really helped you with the clarity? And how did that feel for you in taking that leap to start your business?
Yeah, the modules were very helpful because you really start, it's a step-by-step process, but it
Yeah.
really shows you, how do you decide what your business is going to be about? What are you going to focus on? What clients are you going to pursue? So, those are all things that, I didn't know about when I started. So all of that was very helpful.
And then what she's gonna do, you have to follow on YouTube, but it's gonna be Namaste and Chardonnay.
I really like that, but I think maybe someone else already has that name. So I have to
Did
go
they?
back and yeah.
Okay.
It's
Because
not
I was going to say, I mean, wine and yoga, it doesn't get much better than that
right.
for women over 40
Yeah.
and 50 and like just enjoying running retreats. So I'm
Yep.
going to link all of Gina's things as once we get them, we're going to put them below so you can make sure to follow her and follow her journey and what she's up to and support her. And as women, we all need to be here to support one another and going higher. And Gina, I can't thank you enough for sharing your story and for being here today. And I know that it's going to impact more women than you can even realize because you're such an inspiration and you inspire me. And I'm so grateful and honored for the journey that we got to walk together.
Yes.
And for everybody else, thank you for being here. And please follow the journey. And if you're interested in reinvention, I look forward to seeing you on the other side. And I will see you in the next interview. Thank you so much.